Special Cast episode 2. J-Dubs, D-Money. We got the boy Beantown in the house. What's going on with it, fellas?
What's going on?
What up? So Duff, Duff, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, I just did. Let us off right there. I got the intro. But we got the boy Beantown, man. Say what's going on with
How we
everything
doing?
in Banana Ball. We all three lived together last year at 1195 Lake Place Court at the baseball house. And now
That's
Noah's
right.
off. Noah's off about to go start up his Banana Ball career potentially. You want to fill us in a little bit on what's been going on with that?
Yeah, we're all off doing bigger and better things now. You know, 1195. See ya.
We're all gone. Separate cities. Lychee.
Yeah, I'm just in Savannah, Georgia right now, trying out for a banana ball team. It's currently pouring rain. It storms around 7 p.m. every night here in Savannah. So we're getting our little daily dose of rain right now. That's about it.
Yeah, we were talking about it too before we got on that. Remember when we all first met the first day, Noah, when we were helping you unpack the car and we were out there? What was like your first thoughts of Grant and I when we were helping you
Oh
on?
my God. I remember, so about a week before I came out to Florida to meet you guys, I was in North Carolina. And we were like, let's go. We're super pumped to meet each other and start off this year. And you guys were like, dude, we've been going out 5 nights in a row. We're at the casino. It's 3 a.m. We're probably going to sleep in all day tomorrow, but just let us know when you're here and we'll help you move in. Something like that. And so my first reaction was, these guys are hardcore partiers. And I'm not the biggest partier. So I was like, okay, this is going to be crazy.
But I don't think it was all that, was it? Like
We
during
had
the
our
year?
fun.
We did.
You guys weren't the 5 nights in a row casino, going out, drinking 2 weeks straight, but I think you had your doses in there for sure.
Yeah,
We had our fun.
Yeah,
We had our fun. So that's why we figured we had to start this podcast so we could kind of fill people in about, me and Duff's journey. But we also want to bring people in too so we could, hear different backgrounds. Like for you, being from California, me being a Midwest guy, and Duff obviously being from Florida. Like we're all 3 completely different people. I mean, obviously we had very similar personalities, but growing up we had different backgrounds. So it was 3 completely different regions in our household. We had the middle covered, the left, and the right. So, but I do remember the first day. The first day Noah moved in. We like unpack all of his stuff, and then where'd we have to go? We had to go to some like athletic training test or whatever, and I just could not keep my cool the whole time. We had to get that
Yeah.
what is that test?
Well, I remember going in.
Yeah, it's like the heart thing.
In to the training room, and one of the main guys in there, we take one step in, and he's like, "Take off your shirt," and I was like, I'm not falling for this. It's my first day. I'm not gonna be the gullible guy. And he's like, I'm serious, dude. Take off your shirt. And he actually was serious. Like, we needed to take our shirt off.
You talk about the head trainer, because I was dying whenever whenever we first walked in, and he said something to Noah like, "Oh, where were you at before this?" And Noah goes, "Illinois State." And he's like, "Oh, you think you're a big shot, huh? Or you think you're good at baseball?" And Noah looks at him and goes, "The are you talking about?"
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, or Reg or Reginald?
No, he said something to
Reginald,
like Noah.
yeah.
He said something to Noah about, "Oh, you think you're good at baseball or something?" And Noah said something funny back Like, do you even know what baseball is or something like
Dude, you
that?
must have a great memory because I don't remember a thing except that shirt, the no shirt thing, but I believe you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
but, one thing we want to get into first before we go into the baseball side of things is talk a little bit about growing up in Sebastopol, right? California?
Yeah, that's
Northern
correct.
Cal Northern California. So
Mm.
talk a little bit about that, what it was like up there, what some of your hobbies were outside of baseball, some stuff like that.
Growing up in Northern California was pretty calm. Nothing too special about it. Just hang out with my friends, go outside as much as I could. Um, now that I've been around a whole bunch of different places and got to experience, Florida weather, Georgia weather, Illinois weather, um, California, or at least where I was at, Northern California. It's starts off cool in the morning, heats up, and then at night it cools down. And I'm about 15 minutes from the beach, so the that fog would roll in late at night. And so it's a good place to grow up for sure.
So out of the different areas you lived, so California, Illinois, Bloomington, Illinois, Lakeland, Florida, and now Georgia, which one would you say is your favorite? Just live from a living standpoint.
Yeah, I'd say if I could have my choice of the weather and the temperature and all that stuff, I have a top two. It would
Mhm.
definitely be Northern California, where I'm from, and Florida. Um, Illinois, no thank you. Don't need
Easy,
that.
easy.
I don't need the extreme heat in the summer and then the extreme cold in the winter. I just don't need it. Um,
What about the falls, though?
oh, the falls, great. Perfect temperature. Good little amount of time where it's just right. Um, thing about Florida, I love the Florida temperature, the heat. And then I also love the Northern California temperature, the weather, the heat. So,
Mhm.
and then where else is there? Georgia? Yeah, it's pretty brutal here right now. It is hot. It is
cooking.
humid. You play a baseball game for 30 minutes. It's like you jumped in a pool. Um, so hopefully I do have a lot more of those days. I want to spend a lot of my time here. But in terms of overall climate, weather, those are my top two: California and Florida.
Florida all the way.
Yeah,
All the
I mean, Florida's hard to beat just because I remember Noah and I were talking about it since whenever he was living in Illinois, because obviously I'm from here. And, Noah's like, "Man, Illinois just sucks because you go through that winter and you go through, like, a winter depression, but it'd be wintertime in Florida, and it's still hot out, so we would just always be in a good mood." We'd always be talking about it was just such good vibes down there. That was the big thing is we'd always just be like, the vibes were always so good. Not from, like I mean, from a baseball standpoint, but obviously just a living standpoint, it was a lot easier to get up for those 6 a.m. lifts whenever it's already 70 degrees out compared to -30 and snows on the ground. I mean, that shit sucks. So, yeah, I mean, I would have to agree Florida all the way.
Duff,
Another
have you lived anywhere else?
besides Florida,
Yeah.
I lived in Houston for just not even a full year. It was about a year I lived in Houston. I went up there for the summer in like middle of July and stayed until about that next July. So yeah, for about 12 months.
And
That's it.
you'd put Florida above that.
Yeah. Well, there was like probably 2 or 3 weeks in Houston where I don't think it snowed, but it was definitely in the 30s. And I did not with that at all.
Yeah.
I do not with that at all. I'd rather it be 130 degrees than 30. No, thank you. I'm not good with that at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Um, one thing I want to bring up too, not to sidetrack, but something Duff and I talked about on our previous podcast. Figured we'd bring it up before we go into some of the Florida Southern stuff. So you went to a junior college your first 2 years. We talked a little bit about the hardships of playing at a junior college from a living standpoint, a baseball standpoint, some of the good stories from the practices, how they can sometimes be tough. Tell us a little bit about your junior college, what it was like, maybe a good story.
Yeah, so for me, I was there for 3 years. Um, 2019 got canceled from COVID, and then that season, our team was nasty. Like, I had a less than 0% chance to play on that team. We have people on that team, probably like 4 people who are now in professional baseball or who played at Division Ones. Probably everyone in that starting lineup were at top Division Ones and a few in the pros now. And so when I got there, 155 pounds, 5'10", I just wanted to travel, dude. That's all I wanted to do. And so I ended up making the travel roster because I showed up every day and I took everything so seriously and like wanted it so bad. And then it got canceled. Our team was in first. We had a dude, Joe Lampy. He had already beaten the triples record, and we were like 12 games in. He's playing professional baseball now. So then after that got canceled, the coach pretty much just said, dude, you got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. So during COVID, one of my best friends, Colton, and we just lifted as heavy as we could every single day and ate as much food as we could every single day. We both put on like over 30 pounds by the time the next season rolled around. And I remember in that shortened year, there was a shortened year, the next season, the 2020-21 season. And I would be in the on deck circle gagging because I had so much excess food in my stomach. And so it was miserable, but it was needed. You know, we needed to put on weight. We couldn't be little twigs walking up to home plate. And so then that year was short. It was like 15 games. Ended up hitting like 250, but I led the league in homers. So that gave me some confidence. Like, okay, I got a shot. And then next year, had a good full season, good enough to then go D1.
It's funny you say something about having to eat so much and you're gagging on the on deck circle. I think that's something a lot of junior college players go through is just trying to eat as much as they possibly can. I told Duff the other day whenever I was at junior college, I wasn't even tracking like the fat to protein comparison in like the ground beef. Like, you know, you get like 93.7 or whatever. I was just getting whatever and just eating it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, Duff, if you were checking that at that time.
I mean, kind of, not really. I know there was one point though where our strength coach at UCF, he wrote me a diet plan. I actually just saw the picture yesterday of what it was, and it was 7,346 calories a day, and it was all from yeah, that was crazy. And we had like a athlete cafeteria and stuff like that, and we had a bunch of stuff in the locker room. So it was everything was like I didn't have to weigh it out, but like I was pretty close to what he said on there, and that was a lot of food. And I went from
Did
like
you
one
guys
to 10.
did you guys have on campus like cafeteria when you were at your junior college, Noah? Or was it all on your own?
Uh, we did. I didn't step foot in it.
Neither did I. I did
Yeah,
one.
you know, that's what me and Jack said. We never ate on campus ever. Like a
No,
junior
the only time I went
college.
into that, I think, was right before school was canceled from COVID. I would go in there and get a bang every class. Other than that, 0 calories were consumed from that
Didn't trust it?
cafeteria. I trust it, I just didn't use it.
Yeah.
It's like the library. I think I went in there more than the library.
Mhm. That says a lot.
No studying out of you.
No, I did studying, just no need for the library. Probably a need, just didn't do it. Yeah,
Okay, so
that's a bad example
playing
for the kids.
I mean, it is what it is.
so playing junior college in California, how did you end up at Illinois State of all places?
Um, the head assistant coach of Illinois State is from California, and so he would check out all the teams in the conference that we were playing at.
Mhm.
And he checked me out one game. I remember we were playing the top team, Delta. Before our season started, our coach would have us circle them on the calendar. So we were hype up for them, and we were hitting off the machine before a game, and it was shooting like 96 mile an hour. Just we were getting prepared for them, and I was
Classic.
so
Yeah.
locked in. I was taking it so seriously, just like so serious, so mad. I got to do this. And Wally Crancer, the assistant coach from Illinois State, he was there watching, and I low-key knew he was there. I could see him in the corner of my eye, just standing there like this, but I did not acknowledge him at all. And I was just popping balls out off that machine and just running around the bases like I didn't think any. I was like, no one's here. It's just me. But I knew he was there. And then the season ended, and it was such a grind. Junior college was such a grind, and I put everything into it, and was so exhausted and just worn out from it. I was like, I'm done with baseball. But then I got a message from Wally, and he's like, hey, we want you here. Just let us know. And I knew in that moment, if I declined that offer, I would regret it for the rest of my life. So I decided to do it.
Living in Illinois for 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
What'd you
2
think of the school?
long years.
Long years, you didn't like it?
Uh, it was an experience for sure that I would never take back. But
You made a good song while you were there.
A
we
banger.
did. We made a viral song. The song went viral on the bus.
We might have to put that on the pod if I can upload it later.
Probably not.
We'll cut out some words in it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was, yeah, a little zoom there on your camera. That's fancy.
Yeah, you like that? You like that?
Yeah, that was awesome.
See?
Wow.
How does it do
Now you
that?
can lean back. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But then played summer ball afterwards. Did you
Yeah,
know
well,
immediately?
after my second year at Illinois State, I was like, I'm getting drafted, I'm getting signed, let's do this. So I went to the Appalachian League. Some people call it Appalachian. I call it Appalachian. All the freaking people in that area, you can, tell me I'm wrong. But you didn't get signed, didn't get drafted. So played summer ball in that league. And then it's where we met, boys. The next chapter is where we met.
And then
Yes.
pour it up.
Tore it up.
Pour it up.
Yes. I don't know if Jack has any stories, but this is one I want to bring up before I forget. So I can't remember if it was one of the first. I know it was early whenever we moved in. We had to go get a ping pong table, Noah and I did. And part of the reason we had to go get a ping pong table is we went to Rec Room one Saturday night, and we're in there, and Rec Room's got the ping pong arena. So Noah and I were playing in there. People are lined up, waiting, because I think me and Noah were running the ping pong table. And some girl comes in there and plays Noah after he had won multiple games in a row. And correct me if I'm wrong, she beat your ass. So this girl beats Noah's ass in ping pong. We come to find out she's on the women's tennis team at our school. So Noah's pissed off. We go and get a ping pong table. He finds the picture of her player profile on Florida Southern's website, puts it on our wall by the ping pong table, and he goes, I'm going to practice ping pong every single day until the next time me and her meet in rec room, and she's going to know I'm here.
And let me tell you.
Did you see her again? I don't even remember.
She never beat me again, and I played her multiple times.
The funniest is we had people over to our house one time, and she showed up, and she had her picture on the wall, and she's like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Whenever she showed up to the house.
It's a great story. She showed up to the house. She saw her picture on the wall, and we left it up there. We left it on purpose. And I played her, and she couldn't even get close to beating me after that. Yeah, Grant, she might have beat my ass one time. One time, bro. That's it.
No, I just had to bring it up because whenever I think of us at the house, we were always playing ping pong, and I could never beat Noah, and I was getting pissed off. And Noah's like, come on, Grant, you gotta start taking this shit serious, bro. Like, I'm trying to practice here for something bigger. Not playing you, but whenever I play her again.
Yeah. No, those rec room ping pong matches got heated. Very heated.
Yes.
Old
They
rec
did.
room.
You
What were your thoughts on what was that place called? Wild Enough.
Say that, Wild Greg's.
Yeah, what'd you think about Wild Greg's, the country bar we had there in Lakeland?
It's a good time. You got two separate sides. You got a country side, and you got a I don't even know how to describe that.
Hip hop.
Use some choice words
vibe.
here.
Hip hop vibe for sure. And the countryside was a lot of fun.
You still talk
How'd
to
you like
anyone?
it?
Southern? What's up?
How'd you like Wild
How did I like it? I couldn't really tell you for the most part. I mean, not from what I knew, I liked it, but didn't really make it too far to the night there. Never.
We told a story on the last podcast about how the Motion Men got brought up, and we're like, one time we were in a Wild Greg's, and some girl came up to me and Duff and goes, "Yo, are you the Motion Men?"
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember at one point you guys just started calling yourself the Motion Men and started making TikToks. And look where we are now. You guys have a podcast with billions of subscribers.
Soon.
Loyal
after
fan,
this
Laura.
episode. What is one of your favorite memories or something you can think of all three of us at the house, or maybe just a memory from whenever we were all at Florida Southern?
I don't know if I can give you like a story right off the top of my dome, but all I know is, post game, just kind of winding down at the house and just going over everything that happened and saying whatever we felt. And we even probably made some songs with those emotions. A season can really take a toll on your mind. And we expressed ourselves in that house. That house, has been through a lot with us because of us. So I think just our overall vibe, we got along 98% of the time. And just cracking jokes, Duff's cooking. And he's just making the weirdest stuff. I don't know. We just had nonstop laughter. I just remember, dude, do you remember that one thing at the end there? Do you remember it?
There's one time, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, when we like probably the hardest I laughed when I lived at the house. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What is that about?
I might have been you were using, like, a dirty spoon or something, I don't it was something like everything was really dirty, um, but I don't know. It was just a good time.
But it was probably literally the hardest I laughed the
Yeah.
entire year, and I don't remember what it was for though.
Hey,
It was
so we
yeah,
have a special guest right now, and
a double one.
he actually went to Florida Southern with us, introducing
Where is he
Mikey
at?
Scott.
Oh, good morning.
Michael.
What up, J-Dub?
What's
G-Money?
up, man?
I don't know
How you
if
feeling?
I can't hear
he
anything.
can't hear you guys
Oh,
because
shit.
I have the earbuds in. Um,
I can
Tell
kinda
Mikey
hear
to
you.
say something to the podcast inspiring.
he said, "Say something to the podcast, inspiring."
Inspiring. Well, first thing I want to say is what y'all two are doing is dope. This is fire. I love this because you guys could actually give a lot of incentive to a lot of people who are trying to play ball at the collegiate level or even just kids who just want to continue to learn. I love this stuff. I would say the biggest advice I would say, and I'm learning right now, is just continue to just find a way to have fun every day because this sport can just take it away from you, bro. And I mean, you guys have seen it at the every single level in college. And right now, us two are doing this banana ball stuff, which kind of looks kind of crazy, but this is the most fun we're ever having. Like every single day is a grind, but it's also like, hey man, you're out here because you're good. Just do what you got to do. Like don't put pressure on yourself every single day because the coaches are. Continue to believe what you got and have fun with it, bro. Because this stuff can go in an instant. You know, I love
Yeah,
this. It's dope.
hell yeah. I know Mikey can't hear us. I love that, Mikey. But no, ask him one more thing: is if there's anyone that's watching us that's inspiring to be a college baseball player, and there's only one thing that Mikey can tell him, what would it be?
If there's anyone out there watching this, an aspiring baseball player, what's one thing you would tell them? And he said he loves that, first off. He said he loves what you
Okay.
said. Thank you.
An aspiring baseball player.
Here, get in the camera if you
Oh
can.
shoot, I'm sorry.
College baseball player, Duck?
College.
There's one thing.
An aspiring college baseball player, what would you tell them?
I would say try your hardest to never ever compare yourself to any other player, especially that's in your position or that's on your team, because you're on that team for a reason, right? And those coaches believe in who you are. They believe in the stuff that you bring. Buy into that as much as you can. Buy into the talent you have. I mean, yesterday we had the opportunity to meet Manny Machado, and like the biggest thing he preached on was like, whatever you're good at, hone into that. Don't try to do a bunch of different things that you're not. Like buy into whatever you bring to the table, whether that's speed, defense, being a good teammate, being a great person to be around. Like buy into that every single day, and you'll see how like the game just becomes easier for you because that's just what you do. Right? What do you bring to the table that's different from everybody else, not just everyone else that's on the team? So that's what I would give.
Okay. Hell yeah. Last
I
thing
like
for
that.
Mike. Do you think
Last
this
thing for Mikey, he says.
last I got something else. So
Okay.
do you think that the mental side of baseball is more important than the physical side?
Do you think the mental side of baseball is more important than the physical side?
Ooh, I 100% think that. Because if everything is not working up here in your mind, then everything that's physical is not going to work with it. You know, like if you're going to tell your, I mean, Duff, you could attest to this. Like you played with pain every single day, bro, and like you still brought it every day that we were on the field. Like I think that's a great example when you can tell yourself that like you can actually do something, whether you're in pain, whether you're slumping, like your mind is such a powerful thing. If you continue to put negative thoughts or you continue to question, like it will put you in a spot where you cannot physically do those things. So I think mental side is the biggest thing. We got the opportunity to talk to Bob Tewksbury while we were in college, all of us, and the biggest thing he honed on was how can you strengthen this and not just strengthen your ability on the field, because that's what gets you to the next level. That's what separates you from every single player is what you bring in between your ears. So I think the mental side is super important when we come to talk about that.
Yeah. I definitely
I
agree.
agree.
And I know he
Mhm.
can't hear us, but like
G-Dub.
a lot of people don't work out their mind like they work out their arms and shit, they don't work out their mind. So yeah, I agree with Mikey.
He agrees with you. A lot of people work out their muscles. They don't work out their mind.
Exactly. That's this guy right here. He works his mind every day.
Mike.
Mikey, special guest soon.
They said, "See you later,
Tell-
buddy."
I hope to be
No,
on this
tell-
one day.
Yeah, tell him we're special guests soon.
Yeah, you're
Next
on
week.
next.
Next week.
That was
That was
good.
good. Is Mikey going, like, it looks like Mikey just got done. Is he going, like, somewhere? He's dressed
He
up?
was just golfing. He was just golfing with actually a player who we played against on Tampa.
No,
So worlds collide here in Banana World.
Who was it?
Cole Russo.
Oh, yeah, you guys are living together, right? Did you tell me that, or?
We're not living together, but he's
Maybe
over. We're hanging out all the time.
You didn't want to go golf? Oh, you on the podcast, bro? You can go golf. Have you been golfing at all, though, with them?
I wouldn't golf if I wasn't on the podcast.
You were? Or you would? Or you would not?
I would not.
Oh. That'd be some good content out there. That'd be some funny stuff you could do out there.
I would do it for content, but I
talking
wouldn't
about
do it
content.
to golf.
How about those videos you've been putting out? I talked to Noah the other day. That shit's good.
Noah's videos? They're good.
Yes.
Hell
my
yeah.
my favorite is the one where Noah's in the dugout and goes, "That guy's a vacuum out there." And he says something about he's eating everything up, and they have the other guy that's actually out there with the vacuum. You know which one I'm talking about, Duff? Have you seen
Yeah.
that one?
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, no, we just decided one day we were gonna go make some skits, and we went to the field with no idea, no planning at all, and we saw a vacuum. There was just a vacuum in the dugout, and we're like, "Huh? What if we just take baseball terms literally?" And so we went out there, and this was kind of, my editing skills weren't that good. So when you look back at your old content that you make, you kind of, you look at it and you're like, yeah, that's not very good. But, we kept posting. Editing's getting better. We're having more fun doing the skits. We've been doing skits now for like over a month, probably close to 2 months now. And we're having a lot of fun with them.
I think that's like the most important thing when it comes to like doing the content and stuff like that is like if you're not having fun with it and you're like stressing out, like this isn't perfect, this and that, like it becomes like not fun and then you hate doing it. So I think like you find a way to make it fun it can be hard sometimes, but once you get like in that flow of it, I feel like it makes the videos become better too.
That's the most important thing because like when you're working on anything, however you're feeling in that moment, that's what's going to show in your work, right? If you're pissed off, if you're angry, if you hate life and you're working, that's going to show in your work. If you're having fun, you're laughing, that'll also show. And so like a skit that Landon, who's the other guy in the skits most of the time, we did this skit a couple days ago and I had one goal in my head. And that was to have as much fun as I possibly could while filming it. And we posted it a couple days ago, and it has like 65,000 views on Instagram, which if you post is pretty good. It's not like viral, but you would take that, as a new creator. So, and so like when I'm editing now, I'm just trying to make myself laugh. I'm just trying to have fun. Like when we're out filming the skits, I'm just trying to laugh and have fun. And then in the editing process, I don't want to feel anxiety. I don't want to feel mad or anxious because that'll come across and that video will most likely flop. Like any video can flop, you know this, but when you're having fun, at least you're still proud of what you're putting out there. And so that's kind of what the process is the more you do something, the better you get at it. And that's why this process is so fun, just posting videos, trying to post one every day, doing the skits. And so it's honestly a blast.
Hell yeah. You said it's been about 2 months you've been doing the content?
Yeah, I'm not even keeping track. I don't know. I think 50. I think I just got like a notification. You posted 50 reels. And so it's over a month, close to 2 months. So
Drop the tag. What is it?
my
Do you use
Instagram, Beantown, baby.
Beantown. Go check it out.
Beantown.
And TikTok?
Think it's just my name, Noah Rabin. TikTok, I'm really figuring out. I'm posting. I have a whole bunch of different things on there. But this whole banana ball experience, for me, it's just been about getting out of my comfort zone. Like, I was the type of guy who would say, like, you're filming a TikTok, bro? Like, what? And now I'm like, it's no longer cool to not do a TikTok. Where I'm at in banana ball world, the cool thing to do is to get outside of your comfort zone. Like dance, sing, make TikToks, make videos. So that's what this is all about. The TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it's just about what can you create? Can you get better at it? Duff, I talked to you about this. Like, you can't just post for the views. You have to post for bigger reasons than that. The views will eventually come if your content is good enough. And if your content isn't good enough, the views won't come at all. So, it's just about having fun, really.
Mhm. Like, what can you provide for someone that's watching the video? I think it's like a hard thing to think about sometimes because we've all been like consumers of content. Like, we watch and follow people because they either make us laugh or they give us some sort of valuable information, right? So we need to like be that on our side, almost like give some sort of value or entertain or give some sort of information. Why should someone listen to us? Type of thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you make one person laugh, that's a win, And because when you start this content journey of posting stuff, at first it's a little scary because you're like, oh, people will judge me, blah, blah, blah. But then you start doing it, and then people reach out to you and they're like, dude, my dad watched your video and he was dying. And you're like, oh, that just made my day. I'm going to keep posting. And it's kind of one more day. All right, let's make one more person laugh. And then another thing is you go in with the mentality that you think, once you go viral, you'll get all these followers. Dude, Landon and I made a video and it's at like 350,000 views. And that's a lot for us. I only have like 1,300 followers or something. Landon has a few thousand, so very little. And guess, this is a question for you guys. Guess how many followers I got from a video that got 350,000 views?
I'm gonna guess like 20 or 30.
I would say 200.
Two.
Two?
Yep.
Were you not tagged in the video?
I posted it. So that's what I'm saying. There's different things to this that you'll never think about. Because you're like, Landon and I, because we're in this skit journey together.
But how much content
And
did you have out at the time, though, when you posted this?
probably 20 videos, like nothing, not too much. And so you kind of think, oh, okay, someone wants to go to your channel and then doom scroll and then they'll drop a follow. But before that, you're like, I want that one viral video. I want that one viral video to blow up and then I'll be the guy, right? But then you get a video that has a lot of views and it never reaches your expectations. So there's that side of the thing. But I also met somebody who's playing on the Tailgaters, who's a main team in the banana ball world. And he's a musician. He plays the guitar. He sings. He's an outfielder. And he posted one video. And he said overnight, he got 30,000 followers from one video. So there's my side of things, which is understanding just because something does well in the algorithm doesn't mean much. But there's another side where if something does go well, you still could grow your following a lot from just one post.
What was the video?
I think it was titled, I met a guy in the guitar shop. and he brought his guitar to the guitar shop, and he was just strumming away, just playing the guitar. And there was another guy in the back, like an older guy playing the guitar. And he looks over, he's like, hey, keep playing that. I'm going to add to it. And so now they're just riffing away guitar, and that's on video, and that blew up.
That's pretty sick. And 30K followers from that?
Overnight.
Wow.
Which one was yours that went crazy?
I have it pinned on my Instagram just because it's my most viewed one. It
Is
was
it the 6'7" one? The 6'7"?
No.
How hard's he
No.
throwing?
was-
how hard is he throwing?
That was one of our first videos we did, and it was so fun to do. But
Wait, didn't you,
the
you
one
just
that
was scheduled out for today?
No, one that I have scheduled out today is it's kind of breaking into a new style. I'm really excited to post it. It's a minute long, so it might flop view-wise, but it's the hardest I've laughed at my videos. It's the most fun I've had filming, and it's the most fun I've had editing. So that's really all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
The hitter who has no idea what pitch he hit. Literally me,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
that one
exactly.
was funny because I remember dudes would be coming up to me in the dugout saying, what pitch? I'm like, I don't even know.
Yeah, that's why it's relatable, because people like
Yeah.
you are like, dude, that's me. And then they send it to their friend, and then their friend's like, dude, that's Jimmy. And he says it to, you know what I'm saying? And it just spreads.
And that's why I think the content you've been putting out there is so good, because one, it's authentic to baseball players. I think anyone at any level can relate to pretty much all those videos. But I mean, I've never seen content like that. And I remember calling you and telling you, oh, sorry. Sorry. I was going through puberty there for a second. But telling you some of those videos were just funny. Like, I was going on a walk just like watching them, and I was dying.
No, I appreciate that, bro. And it's like I said, it's people like you who tell me that you enjoy them. And so it's like, all right, I'll keep making these, because if everyone was like, dude, these suck hard, like, what are you doing? I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I want to keep posting these, but it's fun and people are liking them. So we'll
like you
going.
said, the big thing is just getting out of your comfort zone of just actually getting it out there. I mean, that's the first step, is getting yourself to do it, and you don't know where it's going to go. And obviously you're a very authentic guy, and you're putting out authentic videos to yourself. It's not bullshit. You're not trying to be someone else you aren't. I think that's a big reason why you're doing as good as you are, and why your videos and content is doing as good as it is because you're putting out videos that relate to you and are authentic to you. So, I mean, kudos to you for doing that and getting out of your comfort zone to do that. And I think that's a big thing Duff and I have talked about moving on in life, is obviously you have to get uncomfortable to become the person you want to be, because not everything's easy. We always talked in baseball and sports, like pressure is a privilege. Well, we're not playing sport. Well, you're playing sports. But now outside of sports, it's like, how do you get into that pressure situation again? I think that's a big thing, is getting out of that comfort zone. And for me and Duff, I wouldn't say putting out a podcast. I mean, it's fun. Obviously, at first, it always seemed like there was some pressure behind it, putting out all this information to the public eye. But it just got to the point where me and Duff were like, you know what, let's just do it. Who cares what everyone thinks? It's for us. In all reality, obviously, we want to touch people, but we can't look at things like people are going to sit there and shit on us for what we say or putting this out there. You just got to do it.
No, and the main thing is, nobody actually cares. Like,
Yeah.
if you, next time you're doom scrolling, take a step back and think, what am I watching? What am I doom scrolling? Like, what am I consuming right now? And you'll realize, you'll go on a video, and if the first 0.05 seconds doesn't have you like completely into it, you just swipe. And so the reality is, when you post something from this podcast or whatever you guys do next, people are either going to be hooked and watch it and care about it, or they're not going to give a single care in the world about anything. And so it's like you just keep posting, you keep posting. Maybe one thing resonates with one person, changes their life. And at the end of the day, that's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Chasing it. Yeah.
Say that again, Duff.
I
You
think
cut off.
Oh, I said, no, yeah, you're definitely right. Like chasing impact, like trying to make a positive impact on someone's life. Because like you said, I mean, if someone doesn't care, then is what it is. And I think that sometimes I'm guilty of it too. Like I think that sometimes like, oh man, what are they going to think about this or that? In reality, I'm not that important. They don't give a about me. They're probably not even thinking about me. They don't even really care in the first place anyway. So it's like,
yeah.
They don't.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
making more of a bigger deal about it than that hasn't even probably crossed their mind.
Dude, because you scroll on Instagram and you find a dude named frickin' George Skinner, whatever, completely random person, random name. You scroll, he's just a face on a screen. You have nothing attached to him, so you scroll away. That's the same with myself, you, and Grant when we're on another person's screen. It's the same exact thing. Nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
even
I
if they,
think,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Duff. No, go ahead, Duff.
I was gonna say, even if they do care and they make fun of it, then what? It's like, what
Mhm.
happens?
Yeah.
Really happens.
Yeah, but the point is, I feel like it's you kind of have to be a character on social media where you're not an individual, like you represent something bigger than yourself. You represent, like, you're an icon, because if someone clicks on your video, they're not Jack Duffy. They say, oh my God, what that guy did represents millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people. And that's what keep them scrolling. Like you watch a video about a random person that goes viral. It's like, oh my God, that's hilarious. It's not like, oh, that's Johnny Schmaltz making a video. I care about him. It's no, he's portraying something so much bigger than one person that everybody relates to it. It's so much bigger than Noah Rabin, Jack Duffy, and Grant Thurmond. It's everything that you do, you know? If that made any sense, I have no idea.
No, it did.
I hear you.
And the thing I was going to add, you know, going off of putting content out, being worried about what other people think of you. I think going back to the sports side of things, I mean, I think you both would agree. At times, we were so worried about whenever we were playing, what Bill or Tom or this person would think about us whenever we were playing, or if we were to fail, and we would get in our heads. We were so worried about failing. It's like posting content. Like, what if this just is shit? It's gets no views. Same thing. Like, what if I go out there and go 0 for 4 or make an error? You just can't worry about that stuff. You just got to go out there, play. You got to post it. You got to just do it. Like, you have to have the utmost confidence in the world. I think that was something we always talked about whenever, we're living together. If it's we're going to go talk to a girl or we're going to play a baseball game, we're just out and about by ourselves. You just got to be confident in yourself, know you're the man. And if you know you're the man, then who's stepping in your way?
There's no like drawbacks to not thinking that. There's only negatives to not thinking that. If that makes sense. Like, are you going to be successful every single time, even if you are 100% confident or whatever you're saying?
Hmm.
You're not, but like the chances are you're going to have more success thinking that way than thinking, oh shit, what if I negative outcome or negative thought? So,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm sure you had some negative thoughts when you're going into your bodybuilding competition a little bit. I mean, it had to be somewhat nervous. I mean, it was the first time you've done anything like that. You're putting yourself out there. I mean, I'm sure you had some thoughts going through your head.
Yeah, I definitely had some vulnerable, like I honestly leading up to it, people were like, oh, you nervous for this, nervous for that? Nah, I'm good. I
Mm,
know I'm good for sure. Like,
mm.
and I got the tan on. I was like, oh, okay. And then they said men's physique up next. And I was like, oh, okay. Shit. Like, and then we all lined up behind the stage. the lights were on, like all the people were out there, and I was like, okay, shit, like, all right, here we go. And I walked up the first time. I think the first time when I went up there, I definitely was not the best version, I guess, of myself. Clearly wasn't because I did shit the first time. And I think the only difference was the second time when I went up there was literally just the mentality, and that's what made the difference for like the placing when it came to that. But yeah, it's literally just not or being confident in yourself, and that's it. I mean, you put in the work for it, right? Same thing with baseball. Like put in the work. I think really putting in the work really gives you the confidence. So it's real confidence instead of just like fake confidence. I think that was always the biggest thing for me. That's kind of why I always tried to hit a lot and do all the extra stuff just because it really built that confidence in. Same thing with like the bodybuilding or whatever it is. Like I know I weighed my food out every day. I know that I worked out hard. I know that I did the cardio, all that stuff to build the confidence. Obviously, you have to build the body, but yeah, I think with whatever it is, you do those actions every day, repeatedly, consistently. That's how you build real, unbreakable confidence. Um, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you already won just stepping on the stage.
Mhm,
It didn't even have to get to the placement. I mean, you won as soon as you walked on that stage because majority of the people that would shit on you for doing that are the people that wouldn't have the balls to go up there and do that.
mhm. Yeah, definitely. And a funny story actually is speaking of the bodybuilding show. So I went and got my blood work done for the very first time ever because I was getting very concerned about how I've been feeling. And I'm starting to feel a little bit better, like my energy and everything's up a little bit. But I went and got my blood work done on Monday and I got my results back yesterday. Do you guys know anything like about testosterone levels or anything like that?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know anything about it? No,
Not much.
not much. Okay, so Grant, do you know like the what it should be, what your testosterone should be?
I don't know what it should be. The only reason I know anything is because I know a guy back home that went and got his testosterone done. He told me some number, and he said it was ridiculously low, so he's gotta get on, like, testosterone boosters or something.
Yeah. So at our age, the lady yesterday told me that we should be around. She'd want someone at our age around 800 to 900
Mhm.
decibel per liters or something like that. And what do you guys think mine was at since the show?
150.
Okay. And what do you think, Grant?
300?
And mind you, this is 6 weeks after the show. So it's probably up, probably 50 to 80 ish. It was 110. Yeah. So I was like, wait, hold on. You're saying it's like 7 or 6 times whatever it was, 110, 120. It's supposed to be around 8 or 900. And she's like, yeah, like this is extremely low. I was
So
like,
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go retest again in 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, it's definitely going in the right direction, I would say, because I am feeling better. But like that had me fill out like a questionnaire of all the symptoms that I could be experiencing, and I checked like 9 out of the 10 of them. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, super not good.
How'd she say you can raise those levels in the meantime?
Um, Sleep, and my sleep has been super shit. Um,
I
I
always
mean,
see you getting, like, 4 or 5 hours of sleep on Whoop.
yeah, like this whole week, I literally for some reason I've been waking up at 1:30 a.m. like this, wide awake, and then I'm cooked later in the day. Um, yeah, obviously, as we know, testosterone is what we need that as men, and it's through the ground now. So,
Damn.
yeah, hopefully it comes back up. But yeah, that's like a side effect of getting ready for a bodybuilding show. And is it really worth it? I don't know. I don't really know if it.
So, Noah, have you been able to do, any fun things whenever you've been in Georgia? Just kinda getting out and about, anything cool around the area?
Yeah, there's a few cool things. Downtown is pretty cool, so, the boys will go out, we'll have some fun downtown. There's good food all around. And then we went to a Padres game yesterday.
Mhm.
Uh, as Mikey said, we got to meet Manny Machado. Uh, he was super cool, super nice guy, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He gets a bad rap on the media for some reason, but he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And yeah, just playing baseball and hanging out with the boys, and yeah, just having fun.
Living life.
One
Yeah.
thing,
Going to the beach.
definitely.
The beach is close.
Mm,
Forgot about that.
one thing Duff and I talked about was, which we talked about it too whenever we were all living together. Did you kind of go through, which I mean, you pretty much played right away after, but once you got done with baseball and you weren't for sure if you were going to play or not, did you kind of go through that depression a little bit of, ooh, I got to step out into the real world? What's next for me? I mean, you went to Australia and played for a little bit. And then I don't know, I can't remember when you told me you decided you were going to go to UCF and play, but was there like a phase you kind of went through, and when was that? How are you feeling?
Yeah. After the season ended, I obviously had a broken leg, and I didn't know if I could rush to recover it and play independent baseball. And so I really just stayed. I moved my leg so little on purpose. Like, I didn't want to take a step on it because I thought every step mattered. And so I accidentally like sheltered myself into my house like a bat in a cave, and got super depressed. Like, I didn't want to leave the house. And so I was like, all right, we got to start doing something different. And then that's where I started. Everything always works out. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys have learned that too. Like, we trip about all these things, but it always works out. And that's right when it started to I started hearing news about a waiver that I might have another year of eligibility. And because I didn't play independent baseball, because my leg was broken, could still play. And so it's one of those things. I know Tom Brady has this saying, and I don't know it at all, but there's like a farmer and a farmer's son. And the farmer's like, oh, it hasn't rained and we lost all the crops. And someone was like, I'm so sorry. He's uh, like, why are you sorry? And then for some reason, because there was a huge drought, he succeeded in different ways in the future. And his son got in a car accident, and someone was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And the farmer was like, why? And then a week later, the army came recruiting and he couldn't go because he had all these broken bones. So it's like, you never know why things happen. And it was just one of those moments where I was like, oh, I have another year of eligibility. Let's do this. And so I started talking to these teams. I had a flight over to a team. I was going to commit the next day, and they texted me the night before my flight. They said, hey, you're actually not eligible. We need to cancel your flight. And I was like, well, that sucks, but I still want to play because I already like mentally played a whole season in my head. And so then I joined baseball jobs overseas because I'm like, Australia has a season coming up in about a month. And I reached out to like 70 teams in Australia, went to one in Sydney, got to experience the Australia lifestyle for a few months, 3-4 months. And then somehow another D1 team reached out to me when I was a couple months in Australia, and they said, come play for us in the spring, bro. And I said, dude, I've been over this. I'm not eligible. No need. They got me eligible within a week, within the whole NCAA. So I was like, okay, I got one more semester. How am I going to make the most of this? I want to go to the best school I can possibly play at. Even if I don't play, I want to see how good I am. And obviously ended up going to UCF, and I didn't really play, but I personally believe I did the best I possibly could by showing up every day and bringing energy. And a few weeks before that season ended, I got a call from my coach, and he's like, hey, I have a question for you that you're not going to hear from a head coach again in the next 100 years. I'm like, what is it, coach? He's like, a team in the banana ball world is looking for players and I put your name out there. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And so just to go back, like when the season ended at Florida Southern, I thought I was going to have to work a job, and then baseball came back. And then after UCF, because I wasn't playing, obviously nothing's going to happen. I thought I was going to have to work a job. And so I was mentally preparing for that. And then this whole banana experience came my way. And so it's like, why even trip? Why even think about anything if for some reason, you have to get a real job, then you're going to have to do it. And if not, then you'll just do it anyways. So that's kind of what's going on.
I remember in the springtime, you and I would always have those pretty long phone calls. You're kind of going through your struggles in the spring. And we kind of just talked about, you can only control what you can control in the moment. And that's just being thankful that you're still able to go out there and compete every day and be a good person, good teammate. And I remember you always talk about, I think that's, the main thing I'm going to focus on. And I think your ability to do that, you know, gives you more opportunities. And I'm not saying if you went about it differently that you wouldn't have the opportunity that you have now, but I think it definitely helped get you to this point.
Well, I can tell you that's true. If I went about things differently, I would not have the opportunity that I did now. Because early on in the season, when I realized I was not going to be a big piece, like physically in the lineup, I flipped a switch and I was like, okay, would I rather the season end and I've been a negative, horrible person? Because that energy would keep going. My negativity wouldn't just stop the second the season ends. So you make a decision. Okay, let's see how high I can bring the energy. So when the season ends, we're still rolling off of it. And I realized, okay, I'm at UCF right now with state-of-the-art training facilities, hitting against machines, throwing nastier pitches than most of the MLB. Why don't I just lock in here as best as I can? So if something does happen after, I can just use those new skills that I developed. And so, although I didn't know this whole banana ball thing was going to happen, I did know that bringing good energy would continue after the season. And that's exactly what happened.
And you stayed locked in with your reps and everything like that. And now you're I should probably stop cussing, but now you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? So
And free, like stayed locked in with the reps and just didn't really care because I knew I wasn't going to be a big piece. So when I'm doing in and out before, when I'm training free because I know I'm probably not going to get played in the season. So why not just have fun? And when you're on a team and there's other people who are going through the same struggles of not playing, you bond with those players. And so some of my closest friends on that team were the people who also maybe didn't get some opportunities. And so we just had the most fun that you can possibly have. Around the half point of the season, I had the most fun with those teammates who were a big family. Like, that was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life because it was so much bigger than baseball. And going into UCF or going into whatever next team I was going to play on, my greatest fear in life was not playing. And then what happened? I didn't play. And so somehow, God, whatever, I got to experience my greatest fear and I conquered it. And so like you said, Duff, about taking reps every single day and those giving you the confidence to show up to the field, it was the same thing, just in a different way.
give you the confidence to, I mean, honestly, too, like the ways you're saying that too is like not a lot of people have the like mental strength. A lot of people just physically and mentally check out. And I think having that positive energy, like, I mean, what do you think would have happened if you weren't like super locked in and you kind of checked out and then you went to go play
Mhm.
banana? Like, would you?
Reason I got the opportunity to play banana ball is because I showed up every day. Like the
Mhm.
coach told the coach who was looking for players, he said, if you had a camera on this guy in the airport, it is absolutely hilarious. And it's because I realized from this season at UCF, I don't need baseball to reach full happiness. And it was that realization that now allows me to play baseball free because I don't really care about the baseball side of things. Because if that doesn't work out, I know I'm still having so much fun in life, not baseball, but life.
And I think that that's the hardest part for a lot of people. We talked about this last time is you just go from just like the baseball guy and you lose that. How did you overcome that so quickly? Like, how did you release that from your identity? And
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
there were definitely struggles. I definitely went through the identity crisis that all baseball players go through when your playing days come to an end. I just somehow got blessed with another opportunity to play. So, and Grant and I talked a lot. It was like, damn, this hurts. I'm not a player on the team. I'm not playing. And this is painful because I've always been the guy to play. I've always been the man because I bring stats to the team, right? But now I'm not playing. So how can you still like reach that level of energy that you bring to a team, but just in a different way? And so I did struggle a lot with not playing. It was really hard, but it was day after day of saying, you know what? I don't want to be the guy who shows the coaches that this hurts. I want to be the guy who shows the coaches I actually don't care. And so then I would show up after maybe getting a pinch hit at bat in the bottom of the ninth and striking out looking, and then going home and being like, why? Why? And then showing up the next day acting like I actually don't care at all. And so it was day after day of doing that. And then the days became weeks, weeks became months. After a couple months, now I'm just that guy. And so near the end of the season for the last month or two of the season, I knew I wasn't going to play. And so it was how do I show up, bring the energy? I became best friends with almost everyone on the team because we were just having fun. And so now,
Mhm.
like I said, you come to Banana Ball, I'm not trying to compete for a spot. I'm just trying to have fun. And that's the piece that I don't know if some people are born with it because I know some people, out of high school, they're just drafted and they're just go to the big leagues in a few years. That wasn't me. I always had to work really hard and things came hard. But this is that piece where it's like, oh, if you actually stop caring about baseball, it actually goes well. And I don't know. Like that's what's happened here.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I never really experienced that, but I mean, I never
Well,
got to that point. That's a hard thing to do, in the fact that you got that and like you're
mhm,
experiencing that, and you are playing extremely well too, right? You just
mhm.
kind of let go of all the outcomes and just I think like it's almost like you're just staying in the moment and making the most out of every moment of the day.
Yeah.
You just
Like
can't have
I would
any worries.
rather
You just gotta do it.
I would rather not make a team and have good relationships with
Mhm.
the boys that I've met out here than make a team and not have a good time. Like that's where I'm at. So I don't know.
And that's what Duff and said looking back in college. That's why it was good to be a good teammate in college because obviously we have some of our closest relationships with guys we played baseball with. I mean, we wouldn't be on this podcast together or even have a podcast if it wasn't for the relationships we built. So baseball was really just a small portion of our life. It's a time of the past. I mean, no one gives a shit about what I did, what Duffy did, what you did in your baseball career. We go back home, you're just another dude walking those streets. But
Yep.
were you a good
No
person?
one
Yeah, that's all they matter. It's who you are at this moment right now.
Nobody cares about what you did stat wise, but people care about who you were and the type of teammate that you were. And
Mhm.
the reason why this banana ball experience is so cool is because baseball is the least important part. The most important part is being a great person that people want to be around and create things with and film content with and just love life with. Because the coaches on these banana ball teams, they're not like, oh, how many hits did he have today? Or how many hits did he have in his college career? Obviously, they care about it. They want to know you can play the game well. But they're calling coaches, I believe, and they're saying, who was this guy as a person? And so the stats don't matter. How many hits you have don't matter. How many home runs you have does not matter. It matters who you are. And that's exactly what you just said. You hit it spot on. And if everybody who played baseball could realize that, not only they would have a better playing experience, but everyone around them would have so much more fun.
Mhm. And something to add to that, from a business and life standpoint, my dad always talks about this, is whenever he's, like, hiring someone, he's be like, "I'll have people come in, whatever, and they'll have, like, this degree, whatever, and say they have all this." My dad would be like, "At the end of the day, I don't give two shits about all that stuff. I care about who that person is and how they're gonna be in this business. I don't care about all the numbers, all the accolades that come along. I just care about the human being, and that human being usually amounts to be better than the person with all the accolades, all the numbers, the degrees, this and that." It's the same thing from sports to a business standpoint.
Yeah, because you can teach them how to do
Mhm.
whatever it is, right? But you can't
Teach
teach them how. Yeah,
personality. Yeah.
definitely, most definitely.
That's what I don't know if you have anything else, Duff, to ask Noah.
I got one more thing. Unless Noah has anything else, the one more thing before we close it out.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we started this last
Mm,
week, and this is only the second episode, right? But our weekly non-negotiable. So anyone that's watching this, if anyone makes it here to the end, they have to do it too. But for you, Noah, what it is one weekly non-negotiable that you want to set for yourself, that you have to do every day. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. It could be wake up at a certain time. It could be, maybe whatever it is, just something every single day that you have to do that you want to commit to that will benefit you or be good for you.
Let's see. This next week coming up is a big week. Um, because I'm working camp from the morning to the afternoon and then working a banana ball experience from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we have about 30 hours of camp this week. At least 30 hours of working with, you know, kids who want to play baseball and banana ball. And so I'd say my non-negotiable for this week I don't know, just treat the players well, treat the kids well, and help them maybe help them love the game in a way. Try to take some stress
mm,
off. If I see a kid
mhm,
who's like stressing for no reason, they're like 9 to 11 years old. Like we want those players feeling like they're in the backyard playing wiffle ball with their best friend, knowing that that night they're going to jump in the pool and eat dinner with their family and stay up all night playing video games. Like, that day that you had when you were a kid, when you didn't have a care in the world. Like, I think that's what we want to make those kids feel at this camp. And so that's what I'll try to do. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, then I failed. But we'll
It's
do
I
our
gonna
like
happen.
that.
best.
Make it
I like
happen.
that a lot. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
What about you, Duff? What's yours for the week? Getting better sleep.
Get that testosterone up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get my.
getting the testosterone.
I actually didn't do mine last week, but I kind of switched it out with something else, and I quit nicotine. So I haven't done it
Ah,
since
Yep. Mm.
last Saturday. So yeah, it's honestly not that bad. Like, Grant, like you crave it every once in a while, but it's really not.
Mhm.
It's not terrible. That could be
No.
contributing to a little bit of the sleep problem too, but it's mostly probably the testosterone. But
Yeah, I
just to
like
stay
that.
strong.
Yeah. And then I think mine. So I remember telling you last week how I needed something to work towards because I wasn't working towards anything besides my work life, but I needed something else. So I am running a 5K tomorrow morning.
Hey,
wow.
let's go.
Wow.
I am doing that, and then I'm eventually gonna run 5 miles, and then September 19th with my sister, I'm running a half marathon. So I have about 8 weeks to train for that. So think getting up at 5:30 every morning. I missed it twice this week, but sticking with that, sticking with my cardio as well as my weightlifting, but especially my cardio too, since I have 8 weeks to get ready for a half marathon. So,
Let's
yeah,
That's
go.
amazing.
Hell
That
yeah.
thank you.
is incredible.
Thank
Let's
you.
go, G Money.
So tune in for pictures of me tomorrow once I get done sweating my ass off.
Yeah, we need to see some content out of the kid on the
Yeah.
motion test.
I know. I'm kind of worried that my sister is going to beat me tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes.
And if she does, you'll post a picture for on your wall and train until you beat her.
It'll be like one of those distant pictures of people running down the street, and it'll be her close up, and then me in the far distance behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just says, "Just do it."
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. Well, I think this is a wrap. Noah, we really appreciate you coming on here. It means a lot. It was good to hear your stories from the past. Obviously, we talked a lot about it when we lived together, but it's good to hear what you're doing now, how you're able to make that transition. And obviously, you're doing great things as we knew you would. But, it's good to hear it out of your mouth and see the content, see the authenticity that you're putting out there. So,
Hell yeah. Say one more thing. Actually, I forgot to bring this up. When when it was just when Grant, you went home or you were playing indie ball, it was just me and Noah at the house for like probably a couple weeks before Nick got there, I think. Or maybe I don't know where Nick was, but and we were like, damn bro, we were trying to figure out what to do. Like we didn't know at all what to do and we were lost. We were like, F this, like we don't have any idea. Fast forward, look at you now.
mhm.
Look at us. Look at us.
Like you said earlier, Noah, it always works out. We're always worried about stuff that may never happen, may or may never happen. You just got to stick to
Exactly.
that day, and it's all going to work out the way it's supposed to. And look, it is.
Here we
You just
are.
got to work
Well,
hard.
it is an honor being your guys' first guest.
No one else we would have wanted.
Yes. We'll have to
So,
bring you back on some other time.
For sure.
hell yeah, Beantown.
Once,
Appreciate you, man. Killing it. Love to hear it. Good to see you. Once you make it, we gotta come up to a game, or if you guys come down and play. I know it was in Tampa one time, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. Or we come up there or something. You have how many more games you have left?
We have 3 more games, and then hopefully I make a team so then I can bring you guys out.
sounds
Hell
good.
yeah, let's go.
Well, you wanna wrap it up, Duff? wrap up the podcast?
Wrapping it up, episode 2 featuring our boy Beantown. Check him out. Check out his videos on Instagram, Beantown. And we're going to see him on TV playing banana ball. As always, appreciate everyone for watching. Anyone that did watch it, we appreciate you. Drop a follow, drop a subscribe, a comment, a like, anything. Drop also what your weekly non-negotiable is for the week. You better stick to it.
Let's go.
Motion Cast out, G Money, J Dubs, Beantown. We'll talk to you guys next week.